It's been difficult to find a shooter that I enjoy as much as the Crysis series. They were all beautiful in their day, and the physics, animations, AI, and overall combat feel are about as good as it gets, even today. The multiplayer versions of Crysis 2 and 3 were by far the best I have ever seen. So fast and intense, and I played them enthusiastically until the number of users dwindled and the servers were dominated by hackers and noobs. I've played through all the campaigns enough times, though. I would gladly have bought the remastered editions if they had revived multiplayer, but they chose not to, and I wasn't willing to pay for a familiar campaign with some slightly better graphics. Crysis 3 came out 12 years ago, in 2013, and it still looks and feels better than a lot of games released last year. So how can we get some fresh enjoyment out of these old games now that they're ancient history? That's not a major problem because there's no fake difficulty in Crysis. By fake difficulty, I mean the way enemies will accumulate ridiculous amounts of health and damage potential as you level up, while your weapons become increasingly destructive and your armor gets tougher, and difficulty becomes a tedious matter of just pouring vast amounts of ammo into a nearly indestructible target. It's more like demolition than fighting. I'm thinking of the Fallout series and the Outer Worlds primarily, but not exclusively. Crysis difficulty doesn't work that way. You can always decline to use OP weapons or any health or armor perks. The challenge then becomes staying alive for more than a few seconds under fire. You really need to stay awake. So in just a moment, I'll be playing a very difficult scene and making it more of a challenge with numerous player disadvantages. Crysis 3 can be very hard if you ignore all the noob weapons and perks while playing on maximum difficulty. The game offers a lot of player assists that make it too easy. I'll be using a minimal loadout, light armor only, pistol only, iron sights. Time to die is very short, like it is in multiplayer. It definitely makes an old game feel fresh and challenging. So let's get into it. I'm playing at the highest difficulty, called Post-Human Warriror. They say, don't even try, which sounds less like a warning and more like a challenge to me. For suit modules, I'm using only 2. Reflex Boost makes reloads, aiming, and weapon swapping faster, which I think is important because I'll be under a lot of pressure, so I don't want long animation. And I'm using light armor, which allows faster movement with armor active, and some extra melee protection, but you pay for that with 50% less protection from gunfire and explosives. I've put unlocked modules in the other 2 slots. Weapon handling might sound good, but it would give me too much of an advantage with faster semi-auto fire because I'm using a semi-auto weapon. But worse, it eliminates muzzle sway, which I find totally unrealistic. There's also a module that makes you silent in cloak mode, but again, I don't want that much help. So 2 modules only. There's no reticle for hip fire, as you'd expect. You get more situational awareness with hipfire, so you should pay for it with reduced precision, as you would in the real world. Here's the weapon sway. It's there, certainly, but it's not dramatic, so I see no reason to defeat it with some perk. ADS, and back, nice and snappy. I'll show you the top rate of fire. I'll just mash the fire button fast as I can so it maxes out. And I think that's realistic for an expert to maintain accuracy. And here's the reload animation. Also nice and quick, which you'll see is very important. We're going to play the scene outside the dam, which is a real gauntlet with waves of cell stooges. There are also 2 machine gunners, 2 snipers, and 4 automated gun turrets. You can kick this dumpster. Occasionally you get lucky and kill someone. It puts your enemies on alert, making them gang up on you more. When you're playing with a minimal loadout, the most important thing is managing your suit energy. You can take cover in this pool to let your suit recharge. The cell guys won't follow you in, but they will toss grenades at you. It's possible to get killed in here, but unlikely. It's the safest place to be when your suit energy is gone. Pay attention to the player's time to die, which you will soon see. It's about 2 seconds with light armor, so you need to rely on stealth and agility. With so many enemies around, the only strategy is to use the cloak for recon, decloak, activate your armor, then shoot and immediately run for cover. Just like this. If it seems cowardly, notice that I'm taking fire from several angles. My armor barely lasts until I'm back in the water. If I had fired even 1 or 2 more rounds, I would have died. So now, with the suit energy recharged, you can cloak, go recon, see how many there are. Whenever you respawn, the AI mixes up the enemy's order of battle a bit, so there is some variety. Notice that they're arranged so that there's usually someone shooting at you from outside your field of view. Decloak, armor up, and fire. Then run for cover to let your suit recharge. I should have retreated into the pool to let my suit recharge before engaging, but I was impatient. So there you see what I meant about your time to die. If you get greedy, you're dead, even in armor mode. The danger is not so much return fire from the guy you're fighting, but the other enemies around. Actually, going one-on-one with a single cell stooge feels more like murder than fighting. It's a bit like multiplayer with an entire team of guys who you could easily beat individually, all playing against you. Okay, let's try again. I'll be more careful this time. Since I don't have the silent cloak perk, they can hear me, so I need to crouch and move slowly until I'm ready. As I said, just take out 1 or maybe 2 if they're close together, then sprint for cover. It's hard to decide whether to run a little slower with your armor on or faster with it off. I think it's more or less a wash. If I had stayed to get even 1 more guy, I'd be respawning now. I'm not using the tactical visor, so I'm not tagging enemies. There will always be a few who don't show up on the minimap, and who will hose you down from locations you thought were clear. But tagging makes the game too easy, and takes away all the surprises. The AI does a great job of cutting you off, pressuring you from 2 or 3 angles at once, and surprising you with enemies you hadn't seen. That's why I like it so much. Notice how the enemies set themselves up and how they approach you. A great feature of the game is how well the AI mixes up the enemy movements so that when you die and respawn, the enemy order of battle will be a bit different, as I mentioned before. Some cell guys need 1 round to be defeated, some need 2, and a few need 3 or 4. Hit the tough ones twice and they'll drop, and then pop back up on you when your attention is elsewhere and nail you. I'll show you an example of that later. When you miss, you have to let go and run for cover if you want to survive. It's difficult not to engage. I know. Your instinct is to continue fighting. And if you outfit your avatar with all the player assist, whistles, and bells, you can do that, but not with this minimal loadout. This is how you can get squeezed. As I said, this happens with different numbers of enemies at different times and in different places. Rinse and repeat. Damn grenades. The EMP ones disable your suit, so the frags do a lot more damage. This is about as close to dead as you can get without dying.
Move up. Keep your eyes. Move in and cover it.
Oops. The better part of valor. I'm not cutting it close like this deliberately. I'm not counting coup. It really is this tricky with the player disadvantages I've chosen.
This asshole found and taken down. Let's go. Can't be far. Let's go get it.
Another example of the minimap not showing all the enemies. There was someone with a shotgun off to my right who wasn't visible. Okay, some recon. I think that's the end of the first wave. There are more to come, though. Now, as I move forward, two guys will spawn who I think are tougher than most, or at least one of them is. You need to be careful here. Hit them both multiple times. If they fall, don't assume they're dead. Okay, there they are. Strangely resilient, I think. And this time there's a third guy, too. Now, we have a sniper with an AR who I can't see. He's a total bullet sponge, but I'll try to get into position.
Damn it! I'm about to die. I need help now.
No, wait. There's another stooge on the ground. I thought I had got all of them. Let me take care of him now so he doesn't shoot me in the back while I'm dealing with the sniper. Now for this sniper guy. See, I'm just wasting ammo. You can eventually kill him like this, but it's tedious. He says he's hit, but I still can't see anyone. So I'll resort to a trick just this once, which is to use explosive ammo with my pistol.
Where are the reinforcements?
It's reserved for turrets and other mechanical booby traps, but I will make this one exception. And that's all she wrote. I won't use this ammo on any other enemies. Now we have to get to the dam entrance, and as we go, the game will spawn more bad guys. I'm going to kill everyone on the map, instead of just reaching the objective as soon as I can. I mean, it's a shooter. I don't want to avoid conflict, I want to maximize it. We're going to encounter 1 machine gunner and 2 automated gun turrets at each entrance. We need the explosive ammo for the turrets. I won't be hacking them, I'll be destroying them. There's the first machine gunner. I'll deal with the gunner first, since he's mobile.
I need support. I'm all alone here.
Now for the first turret. It's possible to hack them, which you can do while cloaked, so you don't take any damage, but where's the challenge in that? Hacked ones will also attack cell guys automatically for you. Again, I don't want that much help. It will take 3 rounds of explosive pistol ammo, so get into position and armor up. You're going to take some damage. If you missed any enemies in the immediate area, this will get you killed. Light armor won't protect you from the turret and a cell shooter together. Ask me how I know. Okay, boxes of ammo waiting for us and another turret inside. Alrighty, we could pursue the objective right now by calling the lift just behind the turret, but there are plenty more cell stooges waiting to die on this map. So let's accommodate them, shall we? You can't establish a save point here and then continue playing on this map, such that if you were to die, you would come back here. If you use the lift, you will get to the next checkpoint, but it will be on the next map. So you have to continue working without a net. If I get killed while fooling around doing optional stuff, I'll have to start this whole scene over. But hey, no guts, no glory. We've got company. So when I was shooting the outside turret, one of these guys could have killed me, but I got lucky with timing. Shoot and run for cover as always. You never know how many there are. In this case, 2. Use your cloak heading to the other dam entrance. Sometimes a couple of guys will come toward you here alongside the dam. Not today. But don't get confident. This just means there will be more guys spawning near the other entrance. Remember, the fact that the minimap is clear does not mean you're safe. You can always recharge your suit safely underwater. Here again, we've got a gunner and 2 turrets. I'll do the turret first. Now the gunner who comes to investigate.
Want to play hide and seek? Show yourself.
You can use this doorway for partial cover. I think it's set up deliberately so you can't hide or get completely out of the line of fire. Damn, that was close. I got hit by a sniper using a DSG. I can't see him, but I know approximately where he is. I'll just have to be careful.
That fancy cloak won't save you, asshole.
Just let the cell stooges come to you. They'll use both flights of stairs, and there might be 1 or 2 at a time, so stay awake. Take them out promptly. Don't let them gather up there on the deck, or you'll probably die. Ask me how I know. EMPs are really irritating. They kill your cloak and your armor. And here I'm partly exposed. I'm trying to keep him busy ducking and shifting instead of shooting me while my armor is down. Here we go again with the EMP. It is a good way to kill you, honestly.
Check his last position. You want to play hide and seek? Show yourself.
Damn, I stepped out in front of the turret despite knowing better. Sometimes you focus too much on one thing. Okay, so now I think I'm down to one sniper and one live turret. I'm pretty sure the sniper is on the scaffold, but I can't see him. Okay, I think I spotted him. And so I did. Now for the turret. Okay, now we can pursue the objective using the lift here. But the game does like to spawn enemies when you're not expecting them, so I'm going to take a tour of the map to make sure there aren't any stragglers. Of course, it would be a pity to get shot in the back by some crouching enemy stooge after all this effort, but hey, what did I say about no guts? Or you could accidentally kill yourself. Damn, that was stupid. I'm making lots of noise by sprinting, which should draw fire from anyone left alive. All right, mission accomplished. Now here you can use stealth and climb up there and ambush these next two guys. Or you can have a bit of fun. Armor up. And there we go. Literally hoist by their own petard. This next scene at the dam is kind of easy, so maybe if I make another video, I'll skip ahead to a more challenging one, assuming this video gets enough views to make that worthwhile. I was thinking this would be a good scene for another video. It's really tough with only a pistol and no night vision and no tagging. So we'll see. In any case, keep in touch. Cheers.